The debt of the Silver Doe. Silas was a man who knew the sound of a hungry stomach. For 3 years, the rain had forgotten his valley. The dirt on his ranch was so dry, it turned to powder under his boots, and his cattle were nothing but bone. Every morning, Silas looked at the foreclosure sign on his gate. It was a death sentence written in ink. He wasn't a bad man, but poverty can make a man do desperate things. He had heard the old-timers talk about the Silver Doe, a magical creature that lived high in the jagged mountains where no mapmaker dared to go. They said her antlers were made of solid, pure silver. If a hunter could take just one branch of those antlers, he'd be the richest man in the territory. If he took the whole head, he'd never have to work a day in his life again. Silas cleaned his old rifle, packed a single canteen of water, and began the long climb. He wasn't hunting for sport anymore. He was hunting for survival. The climb was brutal. The sun beat down like a hammer, but as Silas got higher into the whispering crags, something strange happened. The air turned cold. On the dusty trail, he found hoofprints, not in the dirt, but in patches of white frost that stayed frozen even in the heat. He followed that trail of ice for 3 days. Finally, just as the sun was dipping below the horizon, he saw her. The Silver Doe stood on a high rock, glowing like a fallen star. Her coat shimmered like moonlight, and her antlers branched out like frozen lightning, bright and metallic. Silas felt his heart thumping. He knelt in the dirt, rested his rifle on a rock, and looked through the scope. He had the shot. He could see the silver reflecting in the glass. This was the moment his life would change. He put his finger on the trigger, breathing slowly. But then, the doe did something no animal should do. She turned her head and looked directly into his eyes. Her eyes weren't wild. They were deep green, like a forest, and filled with a strange, calm intelligence. The doe didn't run. She let out a soft, musical call and stepped behind a massive wall of rock. Silas, confused and curious, followed her. He squeezed through a narrow crack in the stone, expecting to find a dead end. Instead, he stepped into a miracle. Behind the rocks was a hidden valley, green and lush as a garden. There was a waterfall flowing into a clear blue pool, and the air smelled like rain. But it wasn't just a garden. It was a playground. In the center of the grass, a group of 5 or 6 young children were huddled together. They were orphans, the forgotten ones from the wars down in the flatlands. Silas watched as the Silver Doe walked right up to them. She let the children pet her glowing fur. He realized then that the doe's magic was the only thing keeping this place alive. Her power was a shield, hiding these children from the harsh world outside. The silver wasn't a prize to be won. It was the battery that kept this sanctuary running. Silas stood there, his rifle heavy in his hands. A voice in his head screamed at him. "Think of yourself, Silas. Take the silver. You can pay your debts. You can have a warm bed and a full plate. These kids aren't your responsibility." He looked at the smallest child, a little girl who was laughing as she touched the doe's silver antlers. Then he looked at his own hands, dirty, tired, and ready to steal from the innocent just to save his own skin. He realized that if he pulled that trigger, he would get his ranch back, but he would lose his soul. The doe stepped away from the kids and walked toward Silas. She lowered her head, offering herself to him. It was a test. She was showing him that he had the power to destroy something beautiful or the power to protect it. Silas didn't say a word. He reached into his pocket, pulled out that foreclosure notice from the bank, and ripped it into tiny pieces. He let the wind carry the paper away. Silas never went back to the valley below. The bank took his ranch and his house, but they couldn't take the peace he found in the mountains. Word eventually got out among the greedy men of the West. They heard rumors of a silver deer worth a fortune, and they came looking for it with their own guns and traps. But they never found the grove. Whenever a greedy man got too close to the hidden valley, a warning shot would ring out from the high rocks, kicking up dust at their feet. Silas became the ghost of the Crags. He spent the rest of his days hunting, not for silver, but for anyone who tried to harm the grove. He learned that true wealth isn't something you put in a bank. It's the feeling of knowing that because of you, someone else is safe. The hunter had finally found something worth more than silver. He had found a reason to be kind. Like, share and subscribe.